You like to trade in USA shares. Why do you prefer them?
Okay, I like the US because it's a much bigger market. There's more data, it's more transparent. The spreads tend to be narrower because, again, you've just got so many more people. And I don't know, I've just always done much, much better with the US. Now, in the early days, it was much more expensive to deal US stocks. Now you can deal them for $8. Spread companies offer a lot of US stocks. So that's why I gravitated, start with the UK. And the other thing, what happens, Alex, because people live in the UK or live in Germany or whatever country, they tend to trade their home market. They think, oh, I want to trade, a UK company. But what you don't realise is, it's a big world, and in fact, so I don't know anything about the US market. So, do you know Apple? Do you know Starbucks? Do you know McDonald's? Well, they're all listed in the US, yeah. Even Boots now, the UK is part of Walgreens, WBA, which is an American company. So more and more we're on a globalised platform, and of course now we can research these things much easier as well. But I've always done better in the US or with US stocks, just found much more liquidity and just more stocks as well.
What tips would you have for our viewers that are perhaps thinking of having a punt over in the USA market?
Definitely do it because, as I say, you've just got much more choice. What you tend to find with American shares, they tend to be bigger denominated. So right now, for instance, Amazon trades at $500-600 a share. I wouldn't say that's probably the best stock for you to start with because that'll take up a lot of your capital. So maybe start with sort of stocks in the $20 to say $50 sort of range. But again, look for stocks that are trending. Look for liquid shares. The S&P 500 is a good place to start because you've got 500 stocks. They're all fairly big companies. Spread companies will allow you to trade most of those. So that's a good place to start.
USA shares are normally higher priced than the UK. What does that mean for spread bettors?
Okay, so what we just said, a good example being Amazon being at $500-600 a share compared to something else, Bank of America trading say $13 a share. So you need more capital. So your bet size would have to be smaller, and you need more capital to carry a bigger stock.
Is there a difference in trading USA stocks to UK stocks?
Not really. At the end of the day, the way that stocks can be settled in the UK is slightly different. Obviously, they are dollar denominated, but you can spread bet in pounds. So, for instance, let's say Apple shares. Apple will be traded in dollars, so we say $95 a share, but you can still trade £1 a point, which would take away the FX risk if you wanted it. Now, me personally, I'm denominated in US dollars anyway, so I actually don't mind having the FX risk.
Are there any pitfalls that you think anyone should be wary of?
No, because on the whole, the US does look after smaller investors. There's transparent, again, now because of the internet. Time zone, if you're in the UK, Europe, US opens at 2:30 in the afternoon, closes at 9. So it's not a bad time zone. It doesn't mean you've got to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning.